In this session, we are going to discuss some of the questions of exercise 2.1 of chapter 2, fractions and decimal. I am not discussing question number 1 here as it is already given to you as homework after the previous session. So we are starting this session from question number 2. In question number 2, you have to arrange the following fractions in descending order. Descending order means arranging the numbers from largest to smaller. So you have to find out which one is the largest one and which one is the smallest one. But the problem is, by just looking at these fractions, we cannot say which one is largest and which one is the smallest. So we have to find out a way of finding which one is largest and which one is smallest. So first of all, we have to find out the LCM of denominator of these three fractions. So the denominator of these three fractions are 9, 3 and 21. So you have to find out the LCM of 9, 3 and 21. The LCM of 9, 3 and 21 is 63. Just look here. Write 9, 3 and 21 separated by commas. And now the first number which divides all of them is 3. So 3 3 is 9, 3 1 is 3 and 3 7 is 21. Now again we have to find out a number which divides 3 or 7. So we are taking 3 here. So 3 1 is 3 and 7 as it is, because 3 does not divide 7. Now we have to take 7. 7 1 is 7. So the LCM of 9, 3 and 21 is 3 3 is 9, 9 7 is 63. So the LCM of 9, 3 and 21 is 63. Now we are going to find out equivalent fractions of 2 by 9, 2 by 3 and 8 by 21 having 63 as denominator. Now for finding out an equivalent fraction of 2 by 9 having 63 as denominator, we have to multiply the numerator and the denominator. So here we are multiplying the numerator and the denominator by 7. So after multiplying the numerator and denominator by 7, we get 2 7 is 14 and 9 7 is 63. Similarly, we have to find out an equivalent fraction of 2 by 3 having 63 as denominator. So you have to multiply 3 by 21 and 2 is also multiplied by 21, because this is a rule of finding equivalent fractions. So 2 multiplied by 21 equals 42 and 3 multiplied by 21 equals 63. So again we get 63 as denominator. Now an equivalent fraction of 8 by 21 having 63 as denominator is obtained by multiplying numerator and denominator by 3. So 8 3 is 24 and 21 3 is 63. Just look here. The equivalent fraction of 2 by 9 is 14 by 63. The equivalent fraction of 2 by 3 is 42 by 63. And the equivalent fraction of 8 by 21 is 24 by 63. So for arranging these fractions in descending order, you have to arrange their equivalent fractions. And since these equivalent fractions are like fractions, so we can easily arrange them in descending order. So for arranging them in descending order, you have to arrange their numerator, because denominator were already equal. So the numerator of this fraction is 14, the numerator of this fraction is 42 and the numerator of this fraction is 24, and out of these three numerators, 42 is the largest one, 14 is the smallest one. So 42 is greater than 24, greater than 14, and since 42 is greater than 24 which is greater than 14, so 42 by 63 is greater than 24 by 63 greater than 14 by 63. Why? Because here we are taking 42 parts out of 63, or you can say here you get 42 marks out of 63. Here you get 24 marks out of 63 and here we get 14 marks out of 63. So which one is the highest score? Obviously 42. So 42 by 63 is greater than 24 by 63, which is greater than 14 by 63. And 42 by 63 is the equivalent fraction of 2 by 3. So 2 by 3 is the greatest one. Then 24 by 63 is the equivalent fraction of 8 by 21. So 8 by 21 here, and the smallest one is 14 by 63, which is the equivalent fraction of 2 by 9. So 2 by 3 is the largest out of these three fractions, and 2 by 9 is the smallest one. So in this way we can arrange fractions in ascending and descending order. The second part of question number 2 is not discussed here, as you have to do it yourself. So let's move on to question number 3. In question number 3, a magic square is given. Magic square means a square in which the sum of numbers along the rows and along the columns and along the diagonals, they have to be same. And we have already learned about magic square in chapter 1 integers, where the numbers which were given inside this square, they are integers, and since we are dealing with fractions, so the numbers which were given here, they are fractions. So we have to find out the sum of the numbers along each row, along each column, and along these two diagonals. So first of all, I am finding the sum of numbers along my first row. This is my first row, this is the first row, and the number are 4 by 11, 9 by 11 and 2 by 11. So just find out the sum of 4 by 11, 9 by 11, 2 by 11. Since all these fractions are like fractions, so the denominator will not change, only you have to add the numerator. So 4 plus 9 is 13 and 13 plus 2 is 15. So along the first row the sum come out to be 15 by 11. Now add the numbers along the second row, along this 3 by 11 plus 5 by 11 plus 7 by 11. So 3 plus 5 8, 8 plus 7 15. Again you get 15 by 11. Now along our third row 8 by 11 plus 1 by 11 plus 6 by 11. So 8 plus 1 9 and 9 plus 6 15. So 15 by 11. The denominator is not changing because these are like fractions. In like fractions only the numerator will be added, the denominator will remain unchanged. Now we are finding the sum along the columns. So this is my first column, and we have to find out the sum of the number along this first column. So 4 by 11 plus 3 by 11 plus 8 by 11. 4 plus 3 7, 7 plus 8 15. So along my first column the sum come out to be 15 by 11. Now along my second column means this one. So 9 by 11 plus 5 by 11 plus 1 by 11. So 9 plus 5 14 and 14 plus 1 is 15. So the sum is 15 by 11. Now along third column the sum of numbers is 2 by 11 plus 7 by 11 plus 6 by 11, which is equal to 2 plus 7 9, 9 plus 6 15. So 15 by 11. So along my third column the sum of the numbers is 15 by 11. Now I am going to find out the sum of the numbers along my first diagonal. First diagonal means I am taking the number along these diagonals. So the numbers are 4 by 11, 5 by 11 and 6 by 11. So we are adding 4 by 11, 5 by 11 and 6 by 11. We get 4 plus 5 9, 9 plus 6 15. So the answer is 15 by 11. So along my first diagonal the sum is 15 by 11. Now along my second diagonal means the number along this diagonal. 8 by 11 plus 5 by 11 plus 2 by 11. So 8 plus 5 13 and 13 plus 2 is 15. So again the sum is 15 by 11. So when we add the numbers along each rows, each column and each diagonal, then the sum is 15 by 11. And since the sum of the number in each row, each column and along the diagonals is same, so that is why this square is a magic square. So whenever you have to find out whether a square is a magic square or not, you have to just find out the sum of the numbers along the rows, along the column and along the diagonals. If the sum is same, then the square is a magic square, otherwise it is not. Question number 4 of exercise 2.1. It says a rectangular sheet of paper is 12 1 by 2 centimeter long and 10 2 by 3 centimeter wide. Find its perimeter. So a rectangular sheet of paper having length equal to 12 1 by 2 centimeter and breadth equal to 10 2 by 3 centimeter is given, and you have to find out its perimeter. So first of all, just write whatever is given in the above question. So length of sheet is given. Length of sheet is 12 1 by 2 centimeter. Since this is a mixed fraction and for doing calculation we have to convert it as an improper fraction. So first of all we are going to convert this mixed fraction into a improper fraction. So 12 2 is 24 and plus 1 25. So 12 1 by 2 centimeter equals to 25 by 2 centimeter. Now the next thing which is given in the question is breadth of the sheet. Breadth of the sheet is 10 2 by 3 centimeter. So here again this is a mixed fraction and we have to convert it. So after conversion it will become 3 10 is 30 and plus 2, so 32 by 3 centimeter. So now the length of the sheet is 25 by 2 centimeter and breadth of the sheet is 32 by 3 centimeter. You have to find out its perimeter. So since this sheet is rectangular in shape, so we are going to apply the formula of perimeter of rectangle. In class 6th you learned that perimeter of rectangle is 2 into length plus breadth. So now substitute the value of length and breadth in the formula. After substituting we get perimeter is equals to 2 into 25 by 2 plus 32 by 3 centimeter. Now we have to first solve this thing which is given inside this bracket. Why? Because the BODMAS rule says you have to first open the bracket open, then only you can perform the other operations. So here we have to first solve what is there inside this bracket and then only we can multiply the result by 2. So here we are going to add 25 by 2 and 32 by 3. For adding two unlike fractions we have to first find out the LCM and then we are going to find out the equivalent fractions of 25 by 2 and 32 by 3 having denominator equal to their LCM. So the LCM of 2 and 3 is 6. So for making 2 equal to 6 we have to multiply 2 by 3. So if we are multiplying 2 by 3 then we have to also multiply 25 by 3. So here we are multiplying 25 by 3. Now in this fraction we have to make the denominator equals to 6. So we have to multiply 3 by 2. So here we are multiplying 3 by 2. So 32 will also be multiplied by 2. Now after multiplication we get 25 multiplied by 3 is equal to 75 and 32 multiplied by 2 equal to 64. Now 75 plus 64 equals to 139 by 6. Now here we are cancelling 2 and 6. Why? Because 6 can be written as the number which is above is 2 into 139. So these are the two numbers which were given above this line and the number which is given below the line is 6. So we can split 6 as 2 into 3. So we are splitting or we are factorizing 6 as 2 multiplied by 3. Now we are cancelling the common part. So 2 and 2 cancel out, and after this we get 139 by 3. Now we are going to convert this 139 by 3 as a mixed fraction. So after conversion, 139 by 3 will become 46 1 by 3 centimeter. So the perimeter of this rectangular sheet is 46 1 by 3 centimeter. Question number 5 says, find the perimeters of triangle ABE, the rectangle BCDE, and this figure. So a figure is given and you have to first find out the perimeters of this triangle ABE, this rectangle BCDE, and after finding the parameters you have to tell whose parameter is greater. So right now we are going to find out the parameter of triangle ABE. ABE is an scalene triangle, so for finding its parameter you have to just add the length of its sides. So parameter of triangle ABE equals to AB plus BE plus AE. So substitute the value of AB, BE and AE. So AB equals to 5 by 2 centimeter, BE equal to 2 3 by 4 centimeter, and AE equal to 3 by 5 centimeter. For doing calculation, we have to first convert these mixed fractions as improper fraction. So 2 3 by 4 will become 4 2 ja 8 plus 3 11 by 4. 3 by 5 will become 5 3 ja 15 plus 3 18 by 5. So now we are going to add 5 by 2, 11 by 4 and 18 by 5. These are all unlike fractions, so for adding them we have to first find out the LCM of 2, 4 and 5. So the LCM of 2, 4 and 5 is equals to 20. So now you have to make the denominator equals to 20. So 2 will become 20 by multiplying 2 by 10. So if we are multiplying our denominator by 10, so you have to multiply the numerator also by 10. So here 5 is multiplied by 10. For making 4 equals to 20, you have to multiply 4 by 5. So 4 multiplied by 5 equal to 20, and the denominator is multiplied by 5, so you have to multiply the numerator also by 5. 11 multiplied by 5. Now here for making our denominator equals to 20, you have to multiply 5 by 4. So we have to also multiply the numerator by 4. So 18 multiplied by 4. So now our denominators will become equal to 20 and the numerator of this fraction will become equal to 50. Here 55, and the numerator of this fraction will become 72. So 5 by 2 plus 11 by 4 plus 18 by 5 is equals to 50 by 20 plus 55 by 20 plus 72 by 20. As we have previously discussed that for adding the like fractions we have to just add their numerators. So here 50 plus 55 plus 72 equals to 177 and the denominator will remain unchanged. So now we are going to express this improper fraction as a mixed fraction. So the answer is 8 17 by 20. So the perimeter of triangle AB is 8 17 by 20. Now we are going to find out the perimeter of this rectangle BCDE. So for finding the perimeter you have to first find out its length and breadth. So breadth is 7 by 6 centimeter and the length of this rectangle is this one, which is 2 3 by 4 centimeter. This is the side of a rectangle. So the length of this side is equals to the length of this rectangle. So the perimeter of rectangle is 2 into L plus B, or 2 into length plus breadth. So here we are substituting the value of length and breadth. So length is 2 3 by 4, breadth is 7 by 6. After conversion this will become 11 by 4. Now we are solving this bracket. So 11 by 4 plus 7 by 6, again these are unlike fractions, so you have to first find out its LCM. So LCM of 4 and 6 is 12 and now you have to find out the equivalent fraction of 11 by 4 having denominator 12. So the equivalent fraction of 11 by 4 having denominator 12 will be obtained by multiplying our denominator and numerator by 3. So 4 multiplied by 3 equal to 12. So we are going to multiply 11 by 3. Similarly here 6 is multiplied by 2. So we have to multiply 7 also by 2. So 7 multiplied by 2. So 11 3 ja 33, 7 2 ja 14, and 33 plus 14 equals to 47 by 12. Again we are multiplying 2 by 47 up by 12. So by multiplying, this 2 will cancel out this 12 and this will become 6. How? 12 can be written as 2 multiplied by 6. So 2 and 2 will cancel out and only 6 will remain here. So the answer is 47 by 6 centimeter, and after conversion it will become 7 5 by 6 centimeter. So the required perimeter of rectangle is 7 5 by 6 centimeter. Now we have to find out whose perimeter is greater. So the perimeter of triangle AB is 8 17 by 20 centimeter, and the perimeter of this rectangle is 7 5 by 6 centimeter. So you can find out whose perimeter is greater by just looking at them. The perimeter of triangle is 8 17 by 10. That is, the perimeter of triangle is greater than 8. I think in the previous session we learned that the mixed fraction is a combination of whole plus part. So here the whole part is 8. So this is more than 8, but this quantity is less than 9, and the perimeter of rectangle is 7 5 by 6. That is, the perimeter of rectangle is greater than 7, but it is also less than 8. So perimeter of rectangle lies between 7 and 8, and perimeter of triangle lies between 8 and 9. So which one is greater? Obviously the perimeter of triangle. So the perimeter of triangle is greater than the perimeter of rectangle.